and welcome back to Belle's Books. Today I have a super exciting video for you. It's about one of the best books I have ever read in my life, The Tattooist of Auschwitz by Heather Morris. I absolutely loved this book. It is a Holocaust story, and I will read you the synopsis because I feel like that summarizes it best. I tattooed a number on her arm. She tattooed her name on my heart. In 1942, Leo Sokolov arrived in Auschwitz-Birkenau. He was given the job of tattooing the prisoners marked for survival, scratching numbers into his fellow victims' arms in indelible ink to create what would become one of the most potent symbols of the Holocaust. Waiting in line to be tattooed, terrified and shaking, was a young girl. For Leo, a dandy, a Jack the Lad, a bit of a chancer, it was love at first sight, and he was determined not only to survive himself, but to ensure this woman, Gita, did too. So begins one of the most life-affirming, courageous, unforgettable, and human stories of the Holocaust. The love story of the Tattooist of Auschwitz. So yeah, this book kind of gives you a standard to set all love by. Leo is so selfless, and he is so kind and caring, and he is driven throughout the entire book by his love for not only Gita but other people. He never once puts himself before or above anyone else, even though he's in a situation where you could argue that he is perfectly entitled to do something like that. So the book opens with a prologue where Leo is tattooing Gita. I think it's quite a heartbreaking way to open the story because it's a reminder of the dehumanizing process that Leo was part of, even though he himself was dehumanized in this way. He was tattooed by somebody else when he came to the camp. Heather Morris collected Leo Sokolov's story, and it was after his wife had died and he'd finally decided that he was ready to tell his story. And so I think she spent about 4 years interviewing him and then wrote a screenplay based on that, but the screenplay didn't take off, and so it became a book when she got a publishing contract. This obviously is not a historical account. It is just based on one man's recollection of the Holocaust. So it's kind of like she had a lot of responsibility as the author. There's been quite a lot of controversy actually around whether or not she was successful, and I read a Guardian article about a woman named Wutek Malika who wrote like a 7-page analysis on why this book was historically accurate. It is really important for an author when they're telling a story that is about such a significant historical event, for the story to be told in a way that accurately represents the event. Is important for like our collective consciousness and remembrance of such a terrible time period. Exaggerating or adding things in that weren't true is not a very good way to write a historical narrative. So I don't love the fact that there are historical inaccuracies. But that being said, it doesn't make it any less of an excellent book. You kind of need to appreciate it for its accuracies and for what it does do, which is touch the reader and remind them of the horrors and terrors of Auschwitz and the horrible things they went through. So yeah, I absolutely loved it. I really felt for Leo Sokolov, and I was impressed by him, and I'm impressed by him to this day. I'm impressed about the fact that he managed to find a life afterwards with his wife, Gita, and I'm impressed by his success, and I'm impressed by his courage to tell the story. And I love that this book was about love. It wasn't about hate, even though it was set in the most hateful place you can imagine. Just wanted to say really quickly, if you liked this book, then you should read this, The Choice by Edith Eger, because this is an excellent book with strong themes of forgiveness. It can be quite closely linked to The Tattooist of Auschwitz, I think. So yeah, you like The Tattooist of Auschwitz, read The Choice. Thank you so much for watching. Please like and comment and subscribe, and thank you for making it to the end of my video.